What's up, guys? Mr. Elstock here. If you remember me, I remember you guys, and I'm praying for you, thinking about you guys every day. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy while also being able to continue a little bit of schoolwork. But we're going to do some things to help our minds a little bit by doing some things with our body. If that makes any sense. A healthy body breeds a healthy mind. And some of us were just done with being stuck inside, and maybe we'll be able to get outside and do some things a little bit. But if you're stuck inside, here's some things you can do. And I know it's just the last couple weeks of the school year, but this is stuff that you can do throughout the summer if we're stuck inside longer, or if it's raining outside, some things you can do to keep moving a little bit, keep the blood flowing, and just get a little bit of energy. Because believe it or not, when you exercise, you actually get more energy as opposed to just laying around all day like maybe some of us have been doing during the quarantine. This is some things that can get us moving a little bit, get our body moving, get used to just going out and about before we come back, maybe in the school year or sports season or whatever we have next, that our bodies are ready for that, as opposed to just jumping from doing nothing to doing a lot more than what we have been doing. But if you have watched some of our other videos, like I have been doing for the 9th grade classes that I have, they know what's been going on with us during quarantine, kind of some fun things we've been doing. Over the next couple weeks, we'll put some of that kind of stuff in these videos so you can laugh at Mr. Elstock even more. Because you are going to laugh at me today, probably because I will be out of breath, okay? I have not been doing the cardio workouts that I should have been doing, other kind of workouts, okay? The cardio is going to kill me. I'm going to be out of breath, okay? Some of them I don't have very good balance for either, so it's going to look even worse. You might be able to do them better than I can. But we're all going to start somewhere, and we're going to keep moving on, and we're going to get better at those as we do them. Not every video is going to be doing the same thing. Okay, so one day we may be working cardio, we may be doing stuff with our arms later, and then we may be doing something with our core, which is what we're doing today. But remember that we need to stretch. You guys know our stretches by now. Make sure you stretch before you move on to the exercises, because when you've been sitting around doing nothing, and then you try to go out and you're working hard, your body needs time to adapt and warm up. Okay, so make sure you stretch and you warm up before you do these. Do not just get right into the exercises. But I'm going to need a little bit more space, because some of the things that we do on the floor, if I do them here, you're not going to be able to tell what I'm doing. And just hold the plank. So I'm going to need a little bit more space. So I'm going to try to find somewhere that has a little bit more space. Oh, hey. I know it's some of your all's most dreaded place is the weight room, but don't worry, I'm not going to have you do any pull-ups. What we're doing today is we're going to do some core exercises to get us started in the program, or sets of different muscles that we're working throughout the next couple weeks. This is one that's probably been a little bit lacking last few weeks, because we're not doing a lot of movement back and forth, getting up, sitting down, standing up. We're probably just sitting for a lot longer than we usually do. If you haven't been, then that's great, okay? But for this week, this is what we're gonna work on. And your core is not just what we think of as just your abs right here. Your core also includes your obliques, which are on the sides, even your glutes, okay, in the back. So we're working on muscles in here, not just this, okay? And then we're also gonna do a little bit with shoulders too, your deltoids and your rhomboids in the back. But if you need to pause for a little bit of an extra break, that's okay. We plan on taking about 30-ish seconds in between exercises. Every exercise is going to use the number 20. So that means either 20 seconds, or we're going to do reps of 20. So if we're doing push-ups, we're going to do 20 push-ups and then a break, okay? If you can do more, great. If you get all the way through and you feel like you got some more left in the tank, then go back all the way through and do 30 instead of 20. You could do it for a minute. That's what our goal would be if we were to be doing this for about a month. So maybe this is a video that you do once a week and you work on building that number up. That'd be awesome. But we're gonna start with just simple 20 today. Guarantee you I'm gonna be sweating and huffing and puffing at the end. Mr. Elstock, unfortunately, has not done a lot of core exercises himself, a lot of cardio, but doing other things to try to stay in shape. But I haven't been playing basketball or anything like I usually do, so I have to actually go out and run, which obviously to most of us is not as much fun. Okay, so, but again, we're working on our core. Make sure that when we're doing these exercises, that you squeeze them, okay? Because sometimes we compensate and we use other parts of our body to do things and we don't actually use our core. Okay, so when we use our core, we squeeze, okay? And you can squeeze the muscles in the back too, you can feel those, right? Make sure that you're feeling that and not your arms when we're turning and things like that, or down in your legs. You should be feeling it in your core, all right? So our first exercise that we're gonna do, it starts in a plank and then it goes into almost like a yoga type position, dolphin position, okay? I'm gonna show you on the side and then we're gonna do it together. We'll do 20 reps of these, okay? So we start in a plank, which remember, arms, okay, should be straight to the ground from our shoulders. And that's where we're starting, our feet are back. We try to keep our back as straight as possible. So we start in this position right here, arms straight down from our shoulders, feet close together, back straight, okay? And then we're gonna go up as far as you can go, putting your head past your shoulders or to your shoulders, and go up. Okay, so that'd be 2, okay? So let's go ahead and do 20 of those. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, so it's not very flexible. 2, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only halfway. 11, don't know what that was. 12, slip it. 13, I'm not going all the way down. 14, make sure you're going all the way down. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, so my back is about out. That's what we do all the stretching before, right? Shoulders are still really tight. I got those problems with them. Getting better, but still not all the way there yet. So we're taking a 30-second break. That's just kind of like a warm-up. Maybe you're already starting to feel your core get tight. That's great. All right, so we all know how to do push-ups, right? Our hands are straight out from where our shoulders are. You can do push-ups like this. They're different. Definitely not up here though. Okay, hands at least straight out from our shoulders. When we go down, we want our arms to at least go 90 degrees with our elbows. Remember, back still straight, feet together, not spread out. So again, it's very simple. 1, 2. All right, do 20 of those. Again, I know some of us, we struggle to just get a couple. Do as many as you can. Take a break, do a couple more. Right, but make sure we're focusing on our form and not just going down and up and down with, horrible form, our back going all over the place, arms all over the place. Let's get correct form. If you can't do 20 the first time, that's okay. That's what we're building towards, right? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every time my elbow's cracking. Every time we get to around 10, start to feel that shoulder pain. Okay, move your arms out a little bit, it helps. Because when you're doing the same thing, your muscles kind of get tight, and you don't want to get any cramps. You don't get tight when you do some other exercises. All right. Another 30-second break. All right, so now we're gonna do plank taps, okay? So sometimes we do a plank, we do our forearms. We're gonna be straight out, okay? Kind of like in an upward push-up position instead of an actual plank position. And we're gonna tap our shoulders, okay? We've done this before. It's similar to the other thing we've done where we're tapping our partner's hand, okay? Just doing this, okay? And try to keep your back straight. Arms straight out from your shoulder, hands straight out from your shoulder. And 20. Let's do 10 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright? I'm not doing straight, so I'm actually gonna have your hips as straight as possible during that. Hopefully you've got a nice grippy surface to do this on. It may be a little bit difficult if you're on tile or something like that. If you can't get a carpet or somewhere like that, you're not slipping. Because I know sometimes some of us have that problem in the gym where our shoes are sliding all over the place. Probably should have worn shoes with better grip. Oh, alright. About done with our 30-second break. And the next thing that we're doing is called forearm, side plank, and twist. Whenever there's one thing on top of another thing, we tend to not like those as much. Okay, make sure, again, we're focusing on our core, focusing on using those muscles right there, not our extra movements, because this one right here is pretty easy to use our arms to move us instead of our core. So let's go ahead and begin. Start in a forearm, side plank, okay? So we'll do our left side first, okay? Just laying like something like this, got my right foot, so my left foot, they're straight, okay? And here we go, we're gonna go use these muscles to come up. When I do that, I'm gonna put my hand behind my head. I'm gonna tuck my elbow to my hand, and then come back out. Remember, I'm trying to use these muscles, so I'm not like some of us cheat when we do sit-ups and we use our arms. Okay, that's not what we're doing. Using our core. All right, ready? Up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can switch to the other side. Make sure we're putting our elbow back up towards the ceiling when we're up at the top of our turn. Right? And up. 1, 12, 13, 14, 15. Working on our trunk rotation. Try not to use too much of our hips. 13, 14. Trying to bend right above the hips. 15. 16, go up, Mr. Presley. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. We're gonna 30-second break. Right now you might be starting to feel a little bit more exercises. That's possible. All right. This one, most of us should be familiar with this one. We're doing bicycles. But remember, our backs cannot really be much on the ground. Alright, so I'm gonna be sitting down, trying to keep my back up off the floor, and I'm gonna be pedaling in the air. And do this for 20 seconds. So again, I'm gonna look like this. Mr. I can't pedal straight. This is cheating right here, right? So I'm using my abs to keep me up, bad balance. Just like that, for 20 seconds. So yeah, so it's not very good at this one. Balance is terrible. Ready? And if you fall over, just reach out. That one always gets me. Move back just a little bit and I fall all the way down. Alright, this is a good one to work on balance and control within our core. Alright, so now we're going to move to the plank, to the downward dog, yoga-ish position again. But we're going to try to tap as low as we can on our feet when we do that downward dog. All right, so more of a push-up position than plank, but we're not gonna move our hands back to touch the floor. They're gonna stay where they are. And I'm gonna cross, go against the other leg, touch down as far as I can go. Get down to your ankle if you can. Just like that. All right, so we'll do 20. 3, 2, and go. 1, 2, 3. Make sure I'm not moving my offhand. 6. If you can, definitely get past your knee. I forget what number. Say 11. You need to take a break in between. Talking while you're doing this definitely doesn't help that. Engages your core a little bit more. 20. Whew. If you got something like that to put behind your feet, help your feet from slipping back, that helps. So you're not falling down on your face because everything is slippery. All right, 2 exercises left. Going back to push-ups, but instead of a normal push-up, we're doing what we call diamond push-ups. So I'll put my hands together like this, almost like I do when I catch a football, right? So fingers as close together as we can. And what this is gonna do is actually gonna work our triceps a little bit more than what we were doing before. I'm gonna do 20 of these if you can. If you wanna do a couple, that's awesome still, but we gotta continue to get that number up. After we get push-ups down is usually where we move on to a little bit more advanced type of push-ups. So again, here, everything else is like the rest of a normal push-up. Put them right down so your arms are straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, take it easy with that elbow. If you can keep going, great. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Pops every time. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When you get old like me, becomes quite a bit. All right, and the last one is called lateral plank walk. Okay. So I start the plank. I'm gonna go sideways. 1 foot and arm at a time. Go 2 over, 2 back. All right. So it's gonna look, when you continue to take a break, it's gonna look a little bit like this. And almost put up position, and I go 1, 2, and 1, 2. Try to do it both at the same time if you can. Make sure we're not slouching with our back. Shoulders aren't too far in front. Try and keep our arms as straight as possible. You really need to shake out your wrist for this one, especially if you're slipping. All right, so here we go. 20 seconds worth of this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're trying to keep our back straight. Both at the same time. Like Mr. Elstock takes a little bit of coordination in the thought. Yeah, thank you, dude. And 20 seconds is up. that didn't do enough for you, go back through. Do 30 sets of 30, all right? So reps of 30. You do 30 seconds of the exercise or 30 reps if it's push-ups. Go ahead and do 30 of those. Next week, we'll do a little bit more than just the core. Well, maybe not be out of breath as much. Add a little bit of stationary cardio to it. If you have the space for that. You know, we got a lot of work that we're doing every now and then. You know, it's okay to walk away, not be staring at a screen for 5 hours straight, right? Walk away, do something else, engage your body, okay? Because a healthy mind comes by having a healthy body. All right, so you gotta keep moving so that things in your brain keep moving instead of just being stuck there for a long time. Okay, then you're eventually gonna wear out, you can mess up your posture, okay? That's a really big one. You guys might be experiencing that now because you're always doing this. So your shoulders are coming over like that. Okay, so it's important to get out and move your body, do other things, work on the core exercises because the core really supports your spine, which is really important as you guys continue to grow. All right, so hopefully that was a little bit of motivator for you to get out and keep doing things. If you haven't been, and maybe come back next week when you do a little bit more with our exercises. And see you guys hopefully later this week or next week, we'll see.